You already know what month it is. It is October. So what does that mean? It is spooky season. And what do you do in spooky season? You play, you watch, you experience, you have fun with scary things, such as ghosts, killers, monsters, to show my Halloween spirit and my spooky to show my Halloween spirit and spooky season spirit, we're going to be watching YouTube's darkest videos too. If you want to watch me watch the first one, let me know and I'll find a way. Yeah. So this video is by Nick Crowley.
Nature gathering its forces for still another unending assault on man.
It seems official.
Like it came right out of a zombie movie.
Computers are living in everyone's life.
Go below and stay below ground level.
This seems super official.
Warning.
I'm moving around.
April 9th, 2015, a tornado begins to form during the evening hours in the small town of Franklin Grove, Illinois, quickly growing larger and larger by the minute, to the point of reaching an unprecedented size for the area. Miles away in the town of Fairdale, 67-year-old Geraldine Schultz spotted the vortex forming in the distance. Worried, she called her husband Clem into the kitchen, where the two would stand watching the tornado out their window. For the couple, tornadoes were nothing new, and Clem was quickly able to determine that the storm would likely miss them to the east. But just to be safe, he went upstairs to grab some lanterns, in the likely event of a power outage. Upon doing so, Clem would catch a glimpse of the tornado outside the bedroom window, having grown significantly closer. Its wind speeds were well over 200 miles an hour, and having been classified as an EF4, it was the largest twister the area had ever seen. In awe of its size, Clem began to record out the window, still certain that the storm was heading east.
Bro, y'all see that? Of course y'all can see it. What am I talking about? Like, that is massive.
But unfortunately, he was wrong. And in reality, the powerful storm was heading directly towards him.
Bro, why are you still recording?
By the time Clem would realize this, it was far too late. There was no time to run, and not a chance to hide. All he could do was stand there helplessly and watch.
He said there was nothing to do. You couldn't run or hide. You not supposed to run. You supposed to get in your four-wheel vehicle and drive. Like, you had at least, I actually don't know how much time he had, but you could have at least got a little further. He just stuck there recording. Y'all see the girth on that tornado? That it's like, it's girthy. Like, ugh. That's crazy. This is creepy. Wow. Oh, and then all these houses are about to get destroyed. Look at that. He's like in a top room too. That's crazy.
It was a direct hit, as the EF4 tornado tore through the house before Clem could even say a word, quickly turning the home that had once stood there for 100 years to dust and rubble, and buried beneath it all was Clem, along with his wife of 25 years.
Like, y'all didn't have an underground bunker? That's...
They got fire rescue on the way, okay?
Against all odds, Clem would somehow survive, pulling himself up from the field of debris.
What?
It was a storm that would go on to destroy numerous homes and take the lives of two people, one of whom was Clem's neighbor and good friend Jacqueline Closa, who lived in the house that Clem had filmed being destroyed just moments before it struck him, and the other being Geraldine, Clem's wife and best friend. Days following the disaster, a family member who had been searching the area for anything salvageable would stumble across Clem's phone, which miraculously was still working. And on it would be the now infamous video that showed the point of view of a man being struck head-on by a tornado, and somehow surviving. The imagery, the sounds, and the context make this clip one of the most shocking I have ever seen, as well as one of the darkest across all of YouTube.
The tornado has passed. Capricious, swift, savage.
Yo, this guy's videos are like high production. This is like some Netflix documentary type thing. Like, this is the vibe I'm getting from this. This is nice. I also forgot to mention this video is 36 minutes. I don't know if y'all gonna see the full thing, but if y'all want like 2 parts, I can do 2 parts, but I don't know if we're gonna do the whole thing like right here and right then, okay? This is like super
Before
official.
we move on to the next video, I want to briefly thank today's sponsor, Casetify. I, like many of you out there, have had a long history of dropping my phone and cracking the screen, which is a pain to fix and not to mention very expensive.
Go get yourself a new phone case, but we gonna skip.
A new high-tech way to find out who's at the door.
With a video doorbell, you'll never miss a visitor.
Oh, I seen a clip of this.
In the past few years, the world has seen a boom in the use of doorbell cameras, mainly because of instances like this.
Oh, they got a camera. Oh, they got a camera. Oh, they got a camera.
He was black for sure.
Capturing and exposing criminals in the act, from the most petty of thieves all the way to attempted murderers and kidnappers. Due to their knack for capturing disturbing encounters, the videos that have emerged from these devices have practically carved out their own genre here on YouTube, to the point that many, including myself, have almost become desensitized.
No, we're not doing this clown shit again. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. That year is gone. People would die for that. Let me find out somebody come up to my door this Halloween. As a clown, I know it's Halloween, but you know what gotta happen. I'm just playing. It's Halloween. But find out it's November 1st and you still like this. Boy, you will get weave.
Ties to them. But recently, a video began making the rounds, showing the events that transpired at a Las Vegas home on the evening of July 21st.
Whoa, that was out here? I had no idea that was out here in Vegas. Oh, that's creepy.
2021, and it proved to be one of the most chilling I have ever seen.
There's so many crackheads out here.
It happened around 8 p.m., where a young lady had been working in her kitchen, waiting for her husband to return home from work. It was another 100-degree day in Vegas, and likely in an attempt to cool down, she would open her window to let the evening breeze in. Unbeknownst to her, this harmless decision would lead to a terrifying series of events. Outside of the home, a man had been wandering the suburban streets aimlessly, roaming throughout the neighborhood before stopping in his tracks. In front of him was the open window and a clear view of the woman inside. It was a chance sighting that would lead to the man approaching the house and ringing the doorbell, where the camera would begin to record.
Are you sure?
He's like talking to himself. I
just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
So many crackheads out in Vegas.
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure?
I wonder if they ever found this man.
What? Are you sure?
Who are you talking to?
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
He's talking to himself. He's on crack.
The man stands there ringing the doorbell and knocking at the door, repeating the same sentences over and over again, calmly stating that he just wants to ask a few questions. However, the woman inside had never met this man. In fact, she had never seen him before this moment. And to make it all stranger, she didn't respond to anything the man was saying, and was out of his line of view as he peeked through the door. So the phrases that he was saying were not in response to anyone, and instead, he was speaking to himself.
That's what
Fearing
that
for
crack
her
could do to you.
safety, the woman inside didn't open the door or engage him at all, leading the man to take things a step further.
Are you positive? I just have a couple questions for you.
Yes, I am positive, sir. Sir, I am positive. Get away from my door before I hit you with this 12 gauge buckshot. I'll shoot right through the window. You not surviving this. Boy, you better get some.
Are you positive? Are you sure? Are you absolutely certain?
Would chime in through the doorbell after noticing the situation begin to unfold, which in turn would lead to the man revealing why he was ringing the doorbell.
Sure.
So who are you?
What? Yeah? Are you sure?
Who are you?
Hey, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about Baby Show. Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm going to rape her and kill her. Can you have her open the door? I'm going to rape and kill the
What?
girl.
No. What? What? Bro, you can't even say that normal sentence and then what? Have her come out here? Guys, crack. Not booty crack. Crack. Crack will do this to you. He's talking to himself and he's trying to explain this normally. Oh no.
Door when she lets me in.
So weird, bro.
It was no secret what he had planned for that evening. He outright says it, even revealing that he had the weapons to make it happen.
I want to rape her and kill her because I have a knife and a gun.
What?
And I'm going to knock on her door again.
Yo, I just can't imagine how the husband is feeling right now. At that point in time, I'm leaving work immediately. And when I say immediately, I'm leaving. I'm not even saying that. Fuck that. I'm out. I'm to my house already. You already know how Vegas traffic is too. I'm zooming through that. If you live in Vegas, you know how bad the traffic is. But nah, if I seen this, I'm at home. Yeah, I hit him with that weave. Pop, pop. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to say now.
If that woman had opened the door, or if that door had been unlocked, well, we know what would have happened.
I hope she would have used the kitchen knife.
Neither of those situations
She
played
had a
out,
self-defense
and instead,
weapon.
the man walked away muttering the same phrases over and over again.
Yeah. What?
Yo, ain't no way I'm letting him get away from my house without being touched.
Even
Like,
staring
I'm
at
gonna
the
give him
house
that
for a few
1-2-1-2.
moments before finally disappearing into the night.
I don't care what
Police
type
were called to
of
the
weapons
area
you got.
moments later, but the man was nowhere to be found. As quickly as he had entered this couple's life, he was now gone, leaving them with the reality that at any moment, he could return. Scared for her life, the lady posted the clip online, where it would quickly go viral across YouTube, which honestly may have ended up saving a life.
Yeah.
The following day, a viewer of the video would recognize the same man walking in another residential area.
That's
One
good.
that was not too far away from the house where the encounter took place. And after the police were called, the man would be quickly arrested before he could play out his disturbing fantasy. When confronted and asked for his name, the man would simply state that he was the Holy Spirit and said nothing more, though his real
Holy
name was revealed to
Spirit.
be Christopher Sums, a man who had passed charges of stealing, assaulting, and intimidating a witness, with his mugshot being nothing short of completely...
Bro, look at this guy. He's wearing the same tank top. Unless this is after he just got caught. This is disturbing. Some people, just by their look, they shouldn't be able to get let out. This, you can see the evil in his eyes. This is, ugh.
haunting. But what I found most surprising was the fact that he didn't always look like this. In fact, just a few years ago, he looked completely normal. And according to his LinkedIn, he had a fair...
That's what crack will do. Like, I'm telling you. He looked normal before. Start doing all the drugs. I don't even know if it's crack really. But you start doing all the drugs, start messing with your brain, and it changes your whole appearance. It's no good, guys. Don't do that. Don't do
really
that.
impressive work history and what seemed to be a good life. until for whatever reason, things
It
spiraled
changed.
in the wrong direction. As
That
it
is-
stands, Christopher is being evaluated to
Got
see
an
if he is
AirPod in?
mentally fit to stand trial, as many believe that he likely suffers from some kind of psychological condition,
Yeah.
hence the repeating phrases and the strange behavior. Though his
Definitely.
blatant and rapid change in appearance might also point to heavy drug use, or even a
Yes.
combination of both. But regardless of what was behind his behavior that day, the situation and the subsequent video is haunting, and could have been so much worse had that door been opened.
Are you sure?
I feel like everyone's out to get me.
Hello, this is Baby Mcconan.
Bro, this video is
YouTube
so
is a
good.
site that draws in people from all walks of life, each with their own unique motivation for starting up their channels. Some are in it for the money and the fame, while others are in it for the love of creating content. But sprinkled throughout the site are a select few who come here to feel heard and to get something off their chest. Something that for 27-year-old Baby Mcconan would be his primary motivation for
I don't want to tell baby. I'm sorry. That was probably real insensitive.
posting his first and only video on March 17th, 2018. Tabebe had struggled his whole life with mental illness, suffering
Yeah,
from both
I apologize
schizophrenia
what
and
I said.
bipolar disorder. These mental illnesses led to an event in 2013 where he would wander off from his home unprovoked. Outside, he began to walk for miles, essentially in a daze, before finding himself in what he described as a very dangerous part of town. Thankfully, Tabebe would be safely found before anything had happened to him, but this incident would prove to be life-changing, as it would lead to his hospitalization due to his unpredictable and dangerous behavior. This would also start a long spell of being given heavy medication to help with his schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Over the course of the next 4 years, Tabebe would find himself in and out of the hospital and prescribed a variety of powerful antipsychotic drugs.
That's how
Something that
pills
would
are cut?
consume his life as he felt like he was no longer in control of his actions. And feeling trapped, he would turn to YouTube to share his story.
Hello, this is Baby Mcconan. I'm talking and putting this video because I wanted to bring awareness to a situation that I'm dealing with that's very painful. I was hospitalized June 25th, 2013. I went there to supposedly get an IV. I ended up being forced to take medication, and it was pure hell. They gave me Haldol, Risperidol, and they were forcing antipsychotics down my throat. It was absolute torture and hell.
What?
In the 10-minute video, Tabebe made it clear that he was not consenting to this medical treatment, and he explained how the medication he was forced to take made him feel like a zombie, even saying that it had gotten so bad that he had thoughts of taking his own life.
It was bad. It was really bad, and I had suicidal ideation.
In the summer of 2019, Tabebe was staying at an Embassy Suites hotel with his mother Zalem Abje, who had been caring for him around the clock. He had been moved there from the hospital as part of his treatment plan, as it kept him close by and easy to monitor regularly, but it also made him free of being cooped up in a hospital room, which clearly he didn't enjoy. The change of scenery was likely supposed to calm Tabebe and his growing anger issues, but unfortunately, his violent outbursts did not stop there. On August 20th at 1:30 a.m., Tabebe would get into an altercation with his mother in their hotel room. It's not clear what had started the arguments, but things would quickly turn physical, as Tabebe started to shove his mother, pushing her so hard that it would knock her out of the room, and then onto their balcony. Their room was on one of the top floors of the hotel, and it overlooked the lobby down below, and in one more violent outburst, Tabebe would give one final push, this time knocking her all the way over the railing, causing her to plummet